Good morning, everybody. We're going to be working on page 60 today. And what we're going to be focusing on is identifying and measuring angles as turns and recognizing them in various contents. And so we're going to be using geometric terms in order to make turns in everyday objects. Okay? So let's work with this first one, going into number 5 and 6. Okay, so number 5 talks about John turned the knob of the shower 270 degrees to the right. Okay, we need to draw a picture showing the position of the knob that he turned when he turned it. So we have the knob here, and he definitely turned the knob to the right. However, we need to look at this as 90 degrees. Okay? For every time that we turn the knob, we are rotating this every 90 degrees. So, you need to think of this as sections of 90 degrees. Okay, you need to think of sections of 90 degrees. So when I turn the knob this way, it is here, right? Now when I turn it again another 90, okay, when I turn it another 90, it's at 180 degrees, correct? We start with 0, we go 90, and we go another 90, and now we're at 180 degrees. And remember, we need 270 degrees to make this full turn, or not to make this full turn, but to make a 3/4 of a turn. And we are going to then turn another 90 degrees, and we are at 270 degrees. Okay? Do you see how I did that? 90, 90, 90. So the knob is going to be turned to 270 degrees. Okay, right there. It almost looks like a carrot on a snowman. However, or carrot's nose, right? But what you need to realize is that if we went another 90 degrees, we would have made a whole 360 turn, right? If I went another 90 degrees, it would have been a whole 360. We would have gone a whole circle there. Okay? Perfect. Okay, so we're done with number 5. Let's go into 6. And Barb used her scissors to cut out a coupon from a newspaper. How many quarter turns? And a quarter turn is literally a right angle, okay? Because it's a quarter turn. So this would be considered this right here would be considered a quarter of a turn. 1/4 of a turn, okay? A quarter. Why do we say a quarter of a turn? Well, if I made a whole square, right? If I made a whole square, this would be 2/4, right? This would be 3/4, and then this would be 4/4 of a quarter turn. So when we say quarter turns, we're talking about 1/4, 2/4, 3/4, 4/4, because there are 4 corners, right? So a quarter turn. You can almost think of as money when we say that we have a quarter, right? We have 25 cents. If we add another quarter, we have 50 cents. We add another quarter, 75 cents. We add another quarter, it equals $1. Same thing here. It's 1/4, 2/4, 3/4, and a full dollar, 4/4. Okay? Perfect. So, how many quarter turns does she need to turn the paper in order to stay on the line? So she needs to cut this whole thing. So remember, we're starting here, okay? our first 90-degree angle. So how many quarter turns does she need in order to cut this this coupon? So it looks like 1/4 so far. She's going to go all the way down. She's going to have to make another quarter turn. So 2/4 of a quarter turn. She needs to go down here and cut this edge, right? 3/4 of a quarter turn. And then to finish it out, she needs to cut 4/4 of a quarter turn. So how many total quarter turns does she need in order to cut? So you need to tell me. She needs blank quarter turns to cut the coupon. All right. How many quarter turns does she need to cut out the coupon? Okay. Perfect. So pause the video right here if you need to kind of figure that out. And what we're going to be doing is I'm going to kind of be talking to you about 7 and 8, but 7 and 8 you are going to be definitely doing on your own because of the work we've already completed. Can give you enough knowledge on how to rotate the picture and to use the compass rose. So here, they're asking how many quarter turns does the picture need to be rotated in order for it to be upright, meaning that the dog is upright, right? That the dog is, I'm trying to draw the dog as best I can. It's really bad, but it like kind of works. So the dog is upright. That's actually not a bad picture. So how many quarter turns do we need to make in order to to keep it upright? Okay, and remember quarter turns, when we have a square, right, we have quarter turns here. These are our quarter turns, right? So how many quarter turns do we need? Do we need 2? Do we need 3 quarter turns in order to rotate this every 90 degrees? Remember, 90 degrees is a quarter turn. It's a quarter turn because guess what? 4 quarter turns makes a circle, right? 1/4, 2/4, 3/4, and 4/4 of a turn. All right. And then once you solve that, tell me how many quarter turns. For 8, Meredith is facing north. Okay, so she is facing north here. All right, right there. So she's facing north, and she turned 90 degrees to the right. All right, so she turned 90 degrees. Sorry, that's really bad. She turned 90 degrees to the right. Okay, and then 180 degrees more. Ooh, in which direction is she now facing? So you need to finish that one for me as well. Okay, so 180 degrees more to the right. All right, I hope this lesson was kind of fun, a little different. We'll be going on to lesson 9 tomorrow. All right, have a good one, everybody.